Hey everyone, I'm Ben with my co-host Sarah, and welcome to Deep Dive, your weekly dose of hope from the Texas Kidney Foundation. Today, we're tackling kidney transplantation in Texas with stories that matter. Because at TKF, we're all about neighbors helping neighbors. Let's get started.
Thanks, Ben. I'm particularly excited about today's episode because we're spotlighting The Christmas Chain, a powerful new film from the Mendez National Institute of Transplantation Foundation that's transforming how we think about kidney donation.
This film premiere represents an amazing collaboration. The Texas Kidney Foundation's HOPE program is partnering with MNITF, along with co-sponsors SACAM and the Smithsonian's National Conversation on Race, to bring this transformative story to our community.
And the premiere is happening at such a meaningful location, the historic Carver Community Cultural Center in San Antonio on December 13, 2024.
You know, Sarah, what makes this collaboration special is how it brings together medical expertise, community connection, and the power of storytelling. MNITF has already made such an impact with their previous TV series like Fixing Paco and Linked by Love.
Those TV series really showed how storytelling can break down barriers and help families understand complex medical issues. And now with The Christmas Chain, they're taking that approach even further, aren't they?
Exactly. The film's message that all kidneys are pink really cuts to the heart of what this is all about, our shared humanity and how we can help each other.
For listeners who might not be familiar with MNITF's work, their approach to health education through narrative storytelling is really groundbreaking. Nicole Mendez, who created The Christmas Chain, has this incredible ability to take complex medical topics and turn them into stories that touch our hearts.
I love how they focus on the whole family's experience. It's not just about the patient, is it?
Not at all. That's what makes MNITF's films so powerful. Like their previous works, Fixing Paco and Linked by Love, they show how kidney disease affects the entire family, and how transplantation can transform not just one life, but an entire community.
And now with The Christmas Chain, they're exploring these themes during the holiday season, a time when we're all thinking about giving and family.
You know what really strikes me about this film, Ben? It's how it brings together different communities through this universal message that all kidneys are pink. It transcends cultural boundaries while still honoring each community's unique experiences.
Hosting the premiere at the historical Carver Cultural Community Center through this partnership with TKF's HOPE program, it's reaching even more communities.
Exactly. And MNITF doesn't just make films, they create conversation starters. These films become tools for healthcare providers, community leaders, and families to have deeper discussions about kidney health and living donation.
I understand they even use these films in support groups and educational programs. Can you tell us more about how that works?
They do. The films become part of a larger educational strategy. Healthcare providers can use scenes from the films to explain complex medical concepts, and support groups use them to help families understand they're not alone in this journey.
It's really about making these crucial health messages accessible to everyone, isn't it?
That's right. And when you combine MNITF's storytelling expertise with TKF's deep community connections, you create something really powerful, a way to reach people that goes beyond just sharing medical information.
Let's talk about how this collaboration with SACAM and the Smithsonian's National Conversation on Race takes The Christmas Chain beyond just healthcare education.
I find it fascinating how these partnerships address the bigger picture. SACAM brings such important historical context to the conversation, don't they?
Absolutely. Having SACAM involved helps connect the dots between our community's health history and where we are today. They preserve and share stories that show why building trust in healthcare is so crucial.
And connecting it to the Smithsonian's National Conversation on Race really expands the dialogue, doesn't it?
It does. Their platform helps us examine how healthcare access and outcomes are affected by systemic issues. But what I love is how this film approaches these serious topics through the lens of hope and shared humanity.
You were at the Fixing Paco and Linked by Love screening during Dream Week at the Mexican Cultural Institute, right, Ben? Tell us about it.
It was powerful. Those films showed how kidney disease touches all communities. And now, bringing The Christmas Chain to the Carver builds on that connection.
You know, something that really stands out to me is how transparent these organizations are about addressing disparities in kidney health.
Yes. Instead of shying away from difficult conversations, they're creating safe spaces to have them. Whether it's at SACAM's community gatherings or through the Smithsonian's broader platform, people feel comfortable sharing their experiences.
And that's how real change happens, right? When we can talk openly about these challenges and work together to solve them.
Exactly. These partnerships show that improving kidney health isn't just about medical solutions. It's about bringing communities together, understanding our shared history, and moving forward with greater awareness and empathy.
And the timing couldn't be better, with the premiere happening during the holiday season when we're all thinking about connection and community.
That's what makes this collaboration so special. Each partner brings something unique to the table, but they're all working toward the same goal: helping our neighbors live healthier, longer lives.
You know, Ben, what really excites me about the Christmas chain is how it fits into TKF's broader HOPE program. Can you believe this is just the beginning?
It's incredible how they're building on MNITF's storytelling approach. Can you explain how the HOPE program works?
This is what I love about HOPE. They're helping our people empower through storytelling, and they do it brilliantly. They inspire leaders to drive change, share amazing transplant journeys with patients, and show healthcare workers the power of community connection.
I noticed they're really intentional about matching the right story to the right audience.
Exactly. Like how they're using scenes from the Christmas chain in their upcoming leadership summits. It's one thing to tell someone about the impact of kidney disease, but when you show them through a powerful story, that's when real understanding happens.
Speaking of leadership summits, can you tell our listeners about what's planned for after the premiere?
This film is actually kicking off a whole series of events. Starting in January 2025, TKF is launching leadership summits, patient education programs, and these amazing 6-week cohort programs where people can really dig deep into understanding kidney health.
The community health worker training is particularly innovative, isn't it?
It really is. They're using clips from MNITF's films, Fixing Paco, Linked by Love, and now The Christmas Chain, to help health workers understand the family dynamics around kidney disease. It's about seeing the whole picture, not just the medical side.
And all of this feeds into TKF's 2030 goals, right?
Yes. Everything they're doing, the film screenings, the summits, the cohort programs, it's all designed to increase living kidney donation rates and improve outcomes for patients. But they're doing it by building understanding and empathy first.
It's really about creating a movement, isn't it?
Absolutely. When you combine powerful storytelling with practical education and community support, that's when you see real transformation happen. And that's exactly what the HOPE program is designed to do.
You know, Sarah, there's fascinating research about why storytelling is so effective in healthcare education. When we just present medical facts, we engage one part of the brain. But when we share stories, like in The Christmas Chain, something remarkable happens.
Tell us more about that. What does the research show?
Studies have found that character-driven stories actually cause our brains to produce oxytocin. It's like we're chemically wired to connect with stories. That's why people remember information from a film like this much better than from a medical brochure.
And that's a key part of reaching TKF's 2030 goals, right?
Exactly. TKF wants to increase the proportion of people who get kidney transplants within 3 years of diagnosis. But to do that, they need to change how people think about living donation. That's where storytelling becomes crucial.
I've heard that personal stories are particularly effective in diverse communities. Is that true?
Absolutely. Research shows that culturally relevant storytelling can break down barriers that facts and figures never could. When MNITF creates these films, they're tapping into something deeply human, our need to see ourselves in the stories we hear.
And seeing real families going through these experiences,
it makes all the difference. The research shows that first-person storytelling, like the narratives in The Christmas Chain, can actually lead to improved clinical outcomes. People are more likely to take action when they can emotionally connect with the message.
Is that why they're using different storytelling approaches for different audiences?
Exactly. The research shows that tailored narratives are most effective. A community leader needs to see stories about creating systemic change, while a patient might need to see stories of hope and successful outcomes.
And all of this supports their 2030 goals to increase kidney donation rates?
Yes, and it's already working. When you combine powerful storytelling with clear health education, you create the kind of deep understanding that motivates people to become living donors.
Ben, let's talk about what's coming up after the December 13th premiere at the Carver Center. I understand TKF has an incredible lineup of events planned.
They really do. Can you walk us through what's happening and when?
Mark your calendars. The Christmas Chain premieres December 13th, 2024. The best part? We're bringing together cast members, community leaders, and families for a panel on turning this message into real change.
And then things really kick into high gear in January with Dream Week, right?
Oh my goodness, yes. Dream Week 2025 is going to be amazing. They're doing more edutainment, but they're also launching these incredible leadership summits. And here's what's really exciting. They're starting these 6-week cohort programs in April.
Tell our listeners more about these cohort programs. How do they work?
So these cohorts are really unique. They're using MNITF's films, Fixing Paco, Linked by Love, and The Christmas Chain, as starting points for deeper discussions about kidney health, living donation, and community support.
And there's something for everyone, isn't there?
Absolutely. There are tracks for community leaders, for patients and families, and for healthcare workers. Each group gets specialized training that speaks to their role in improving kidney health outcomes.
I heard they're also planning some mini-summits throughout the year?
Yes, they're doing quarterly updates to keep the momentum going. It's all about maintaining those connections and supporting people through their entire journey, whether they're considering donation or working to improve healthcare access.
That ongoing support is so crucial, isn't it?
It really is. And what's beautiful about all these events is how they build on each other. The film sparks the initial connection, and then these programs help deepen understanding and create lasting change in our community.
We've covered so much ground today, and I know our listeners are probably wondering how they can be part of this incredible movement. The first step is joining us at the Carver Community Cultural Center on December 13th, 2024, starting at 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. for the premiere of The Christmas Chain.
And this isn't just about watching a film, is it, Ben?
Not at all. When you attend this premiere, you're becoming part of something bigger. You're joining a community of people who believe that together, we can transform kidney health outcomes in Texas.
How can our listeners get tickets?
The event is absolutely free. You can visit the Texas Kidney Foundation's website at txkidney.org/events to order your free tickets and get information. And remember, after the film, there's that amazing discussion panel.
This really is the perfect way to embrace the spirit of giving during the holiday season.
It absolutely is. And while we're excited to share all this information about kidney health and these amazing community initiatives, we want to remind our listeners to always consult with their healthcare providers about their specific situations.
You know, Ben, what strikes me most about this whole collaboration between MNITF, TKF, SACAM, and the Smithsonian's National Conversation on Race is how it shows that real change happens when communities come together.
That's exactly right. Whether you're a community leader, a healthcare provider, someone affected by kidney disease, or simply someone who wants to make a difference, there's a place for you in this movement.
And it all starts with a story.
Yes, a story that reminds us that all kidneys are pink, and that we all have the power to give the gift of life. Thank you for joining us for this special episode of Deep Dive. Remember, every story matters, and your presence at the premiere could help write the next chapter in someone's journey toward hope and healing.
See you at the Carver Center on December 13th, 2024 at 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., where together we'll experience the power of storytelling to transform lives.
This has been Deep Dive. I'm Ben.
I am Sarah. Thanks for tuning in. This is a production of Dynamic Life Press on behalf of the Texas Kidney Foundation.